You know, I gotta tell you guys, I was really excited when I saw the trailer for Jump Force, and I could have filmed my reaction. That's how excited I was. But as I saw more gameplay for Jump Force, it started reminding me of J Stars, and not in an entirely good way. Because I wasn't really too keen on J Stars, really. Not that it's a horrible game, it's just a lot of concepts were not executed very properly in Stars, and I felt like with the announcement of Jump Force, when I saw the trailer for it, the first thing that came to mind was that they can improve on J Stars tenfold. Because it's been years, there's been, other games to come out since then. Um, there's been feedback from the last time they did this kind of game with J Stars, so I thought this whole time there could be lots of improvement and everything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still too early to decide that this game is gonna look like that, months from now or even like when it comes out. But it's just that I was just really looking on my first impression of the game. That's what it comes down to, my very first impressions on this game. And my first impression is it's J Stars 2. That's what essentially it looks like, J Stars 2. And I'm really hoping that's not the case, but it's really looking like that's the case. Like, I've taken into account some people who were at E3 who played the game, and they basically said that it's J Stars 2. I don't know why they didn't just market it as J Stars 2 anyway, probably because not a lot of people played the first J Stars because it wasn't accessible to everybody. So they just decided we're gonna start all over again with the same concept, but make it look a little bit prettier. So okay, whatever. That's that. But the graphics and everything, the visuals, they all look amazing. They all look amazing. The animation for the characters, the fight animations, the effects, the clash particles, all that stuff, they all look really good. Even the transformations for some of them. Goku looks a little bit weird when he transforms into Super Saiyan. He looks a little bit weird, but for the most part, everything looks pretty good. But when we go to the combat and the gameplay, things start to look a little bit weird. Characters are in the air a little bit too often. Like, as soon as they get hit, they're in the air. Movement is way too, at least to me, it feels way too erratic. Like, it's too very loose. Like, it almost looks like you have no control over your character, or at least from a gameplay perspective, for me looking at it, it looks very loose and very not tight, basically. They implemented this cool thing into the game, into the gameplay, where you can knock somebody into a different part of the map. Like, they go flying once you knock them back into a different part of the map. And it looks really cool. But then it does this weird thing where once they enter that part of the map, you teleport behind them and you have an opportunity to hit them again before they fall. And it looks really weird. And not to mention, because they have a counter system in the game, as soon as they try to hit you, in one of the gameplay, it shows them countering it right at that moment in the air. It all looks very weird. If instead they just had you fly off into the next part of the map and then crash into the ground, and then the opponent's character will be waiting right there too, that'd be cool. Like how it is in Dragon Ball FighterZ, where they do a stage transition and then both the characters, they do a stage transition where they knock out the character you had, and both the characters come back, and they're on equal ground. That's a good way to do it. But for this one, you knock a character into the next stage, and then you're right behind the character, and you have an opportunity to hit him again when he hits the ground. It looks very weird, almost Xenoverse-esque, almost the type of gameplay it looks like. And it was a really cool concept, but they really did something weird with that, and I hope they change it up a little bit or something like that. So, but it's not all bad news. The one thing that's to take away from this whole thing is that they showed this game at Microsoft's press conference this year for E3. Now, last year, they showed Dragon Ball FighterZ at Microsoft's press conference, even though it's available on, PlayStation as well. I think they did that because they had faith in Dragon Ball FighterZ that it would have enough attention to it that it would grow into this big popular thing, which it did. But for Jump Force, they showed it on Microsoft's day as well. And that's showing me that, I don't know if it's the same situation or not, but they may or may not be thinking the same thing that's going to be happening for Jump Force. The developers are going to be putting in enough effort into this game to where it can be sustainable, and they're marketing it to more people by having it on Xbox. So this tells me that not only they're trying to market it to more people, that because it's on their day, their press conference, that this is a game that is going to be put effort in towards. So it's not going to end up like other games with no developer support. So this is, it's a telling sign for Jump Force that this game could be molded into something interesting. But as it stands right now, personally, I'm leaning more towards playing My Hero 1's Justice. That's just me. We'll see how Jump Force looks in the coming months, but so far, my first impressions of it is it's not too good, even though there's room for improvement. Now, me personally, I said before that I'm a huge fan of the whole 3D arena fighter things for the anime games. I've been playing them for so long, so I think that they can work, and I think they're really fun. So with that in mind, I think Jump Force could be really fun, but we'll just have to see what happens in the coming months. But anyway, that was my first impressions video. This is my Crow Thinks video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching or enjoyed listening. If you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you need to, or if you want to. And I have been Krill, and I'll see you guys next time.